Have you ever watched a film that didn't feel like a film? No background score guiding your emotions. No heroes, no villains. Just people. Living, breaking, healing. But quietly. That's Iranian cinema. A kind of storytelling that doesn't ask to entertain you, it asks you to listen. Iranian filmmakers like Abbas Kiarostami, Asghar Farhadi, and Majid Majidi don't chase spectacle. Their cinema is built from silence, simplicity, and truth. Their stories take place in small homes, dusty streets, crammed taxis, yet they hold the weight of the world. Because their realism doesn't come from fancy cameras or handheld chaos. It comes from observation. They watch life not to dramatize it, but to understand it. In a Kirastami frame, a simple conversation becomes a philosophical moment. A car ride turns into a confession booth for the human soul.
رفته بودم خودکشی کنم توت چیدم آوردم اینجا آقا یه توت ما را نجات داد یه توت ما را نجات داد
One reason Iranian cinema feels real is because many of its actors aren't actors at all. They're ordinary people, a child, a teacher, a taxi driver, playing versions of themselves. So when you see a child crying in Children of Heaven, it doesn't look like acting. It feels like life unfolding. There's a raw honesty in those eyes. The kind of truth that can't be performed, only witnessed. Iranian stories rarely have big climaxes. Instead, they revolve around small moral decisions. A lie told to protect someone, a silence that becomes unbearable. In the movie A Separation, a simple argument between husband and wife unravels an entire web of truth, class, and faith. These films remind us that life doesn't need explosions to be dramatic. Sometimes, a single look across a kitchen table can change everything. There's a quiet philosophy behind every Iranian film, a belief that truth exists in the space between words, in the pauses, the unfinished sentences, the small gestures that we overlook. Kiarostami once said, "We can never truly show reality, but we can show the effort to reach it." And maybe that's the point. Iranian cinema isn't about showing life as it is, it's about showing our search for what's real. As someone who has lived inside stories through theater, films, and words, I've realized that truth doesn't always live in dialogue. It lives in stillness. The stillness of a man deciding if life is worth living. The stillness of a woman holding back tears because society won't let her speak. That's where cinema and life meet, in the quiet between choices. Iranian cinema teaches us something we often forget, that truth isn't dramatic, it's fragile, silent, and everywhere. Maybe that's why when I watch these films, they don't feel like someone else's story. They feel like a mirror that reflects what we often hide. The small heartbreaks, the quiet hopes, the beauty in our ordinary days. I think we all carry pieces of the same story, moments we can't explain but still feel deeply. If you felt that too, subscribe to The Quiet Frame, because maybe through these films we'll understand a little more of what it means to be human.